Okay, Destination Africa is a social enterprise set up by myself and my wife, Richardson, and it's designed to have African cultural workshops for children and families. I was born in the UK, lived a few of my early years in Ghana, so between the ages of about 2 to about 7, and then came back to the UK. Now, when I lived in Ghana, I was told that I could speak my native tongue, which is Fanti, fluently. But when I came here, slowly but surely the language started to die. So my parents continued to speak to us in Fanti, but we used to find that my siblings used to reply back in English. And this sort of happened all throughout the teenage years and so on. I didn't really think nothing much of it. You know, in school I had a few friends, some from Vietnam, India, Pakistan and so on. And one thing I realized when I used to, knock for them and go to their house is that they actually used to speak their mother tongues. And again, at the time, didn't think too much of it. I just thought that's just the way things were. Fast forward a few years, 2003, it was my first trip to Ghana as an adult. I bought my own ticket. I wasn't just going to see family. And I took a friend with me who was from the Caribbean, had never been to Ghana. So in a sense, I was like his tour guide. On one of our excursions, we went to my hometown. And there we went to the family house, where everybody comes and congregates. And some of my cousins were there, the male cousins. So they came, it was like the cousin from abroad has come, so they all came out to see us. And they were, laughing and joking as they do. And I remember I was there with my friend, and he was asking me what they're saying. So there I was trying to listen in Fanti. At the time, my fluency was probably about 60–70%, and I was trying to translate what they were saying back to English for him while still keeping the flow of the conversation, which was a real struggle. Then it got to the point where they said something, and they said something that was pretty funny. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, oh wow, I really want to respond, I want to say something. And I was thinking, I know my Fanti isn't that good. I was thinking, should I say it in Fanti, even though I know it's going to come out wrong? Should I say it in English? Or should I just say nothing and just smile, because that's what I do all the time? I said, you know what, I'm going to break that habit, and I'm going to say it in English. So I did, and the fun just stopped. Everyone just turned and looked at me. One of my cousins looked, and he said in our language, he says, "Yen kabra for a hole," which basically translates as, we don't speak English here. And it was that moment, it dawned on me that, hey, here I am in my family's hometown, at my family's house, and I wasn't accepted. And it was from that point that really stirred a passion in me to rediscover my language, learn more about the culture, just so that, one, I could fully identify with it, and also to put things in place to allow my children to also not have to go through that, and to always feel that they're connected to their family back at home. We have a website, so if you go to www.destination-africa.uk, you can go to our website and find out more. We are starting a 10-week workshop on the 1st of October 2016. Come to join us. We'll be doing lots of fun things, learning languages from across the continent, culture, history, through drama, dance, and play. And we're trying to build children up holistically. One, to have an appreciation for the culture, and also to be able to go home and learn more about their own culture as well.